What's up, you beautiful degenerates? Welcome back to the Drunken Rant Uncensored. I'm Liam.
Cheers, motherfuckers.
And as always,
glad to be back for another round of drunken debauchery.
I am joined by the magnificent Olivia.
Absolutely.
What are you drinking tonight?
Just your average Tuesday night cocktail tequila, a splash of absinthe, and a pinch of regret.
Sounds delightful.
What about you?
Sticking with the classics tonight. Double Scotch neat. Trying to maintain some semblance of sobriety.
Oh, come on.
For this one.
Sobriety is for pussies.
Emphasis on trying.
But hey, whatever helps you make it through another episode of uncovering the world's darkest secrets.
Speaking of dark secrets, tonight's episode is titled Lipstick Nazis. The L'Oreal deep dive that'll make you rethink your beauty routine.
Ooh, that's a good one.
We're about to expose the ugly truth behind one of the biggest names in beauty.
Buckle up, buttercups.
Olivia, tell us, what kind of dirt did we dig up on L'Oreal? They're like the king of all things cosmetics, right?
Bigger than big. We're talking the biggest cosmetics company in the world.
Oh, wow.
With a brand portfolio so vast, it'll make your head spin.
I can imagine.
Imagine a shopping mall.
Okay.
Where every single store is a different L'Oreal brand.
Oh my God.
That's the kind of global domination we're talking about.
That's a lot of fucking lipstick.
It is.
But let's get down to the nitty-gritty. We're not here to talk about their marketing genius. We're here to talk about the skeletons in their closet.
Oh, they've got skeletons, all right.
Skeletons.
And boy, do they have skeletons.
Okay, lay it on me.
Buckle up, kids.
Okay.
Because this is where it gets really fucked up. We're talking Nazi connections, shady business dealings.
Oh, no.
And enough lawsuits to make your head spin.
Wait, hold it. Did you say Nazis?
You heard that right.
Like actual fucking Nazis?
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
We're going all the way back to the company's founder, Eugene Schuler.
Oh, God.
This guy wasn't just some passive Nazi sympathizer. He was a full-blown member of Le Cagoule.
Le Cagoule.
A violent fascist group that was basically the French equivalent of the KKK.
Holy shit, Olivia Le Cagoule. These guys were like the real deal.
Yeah.
But they weren't just some weekend warriors playing dress up.
Dead serious.
Oh my God.
We're talking bombings, assassinations, the whole 9 yards.
Jeez.
These guys were extremists through and through.
Wow.
And get this, L'Oreal actually provided meeting space for Le Cagoule at their headquarters.
Are you fucking kidding me? So L'Oreal was basically a Nazi hangout spot. How the hell did they ever recover from that?
Well, that's the crazy part.
Oh.
Not only did they recover, they thrived.
Really?
And they did it by hiring a bunch of Le Cagoule members as executives after the war.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's like they just brushed their Nazi past under the rug and pretended it never happened.
That's messed up on so many levels.
Right.
So they were cool with Nazis before the war, and then after the war, they're like, hey, come work for us.
It's mind-boggling.
Unbelievable.
And it makes you wonder, did they actually believe in the Nazi ideology, or were they just opportunistic assholes who saw a chance to profit from a horrific regime?
Either way, it's pretty fucking disgusting. But let's not dwell on the Nazis too long.
Okay.
I'm already feeling my buzz fading. You mentioned lawsuits earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Give us the juicy details, Olivia. What kind of legal shit did L'Oreal get themselves into?
Oh, Liam, where do we even begin?
Just start at the beginning.
We're talking accusations of racism, discrimination,
Okay.
false advertising,
God.
and enough corporate misconduct to make your head spin.
All right, let's start with the racism and discrimination stuff. Give us some examples.
Well, there was this one case where a former sales manager, Elise Janowitz, sued L'Oreal for retaliatory termination after she refused to fire a dark-skinned sales associate.
Seriously.
Her boss literally told her to find someone sexy and blonde.
Wow.
It's like something out of a bad 80s movie.
Damn, that's blatant as fuck.
It is.
And it makes you wonder how much of that shit still goes on behind closed doors.
That's just the tip of the iceberg, Liam. Remember how we mentioned L'Oreal being a global company?
Yeah.
Well, that global reach comes with a whole lot of baggage, and some of it is pretty damn ugly.
Okay, lay it on us. What kind of global fuckery are we talking about?
Well, Liam, we just scratched the surface of L'Oreal's legal woes. Remember how we mentioned their global reach?
Yeah.
Turns out that means global scale fuck-ups too.
All right, let's hear about it. What kind of shit did they pull off in the rest of the world?
One particularly egregious example comes from France. In 2007, L'Oreal's Garnier division.
Garnier.
You know the one with all the fruity shampoo?
Right.
Got nailed with a fat fine for intentionally excluding women of color from a promotional campaign for their Fructis-style hair wash.
But the actual fuck. Seriously. So only white chicks get to be stylish. That's some grade A bullshit right there. This company seems to have a real problem with race, don't they?
It's a pattern, that's for sure.
Right.
It's not just about race. They've also been caught red-handed engaging in some seriously deceptive marketing practices. Remember that whole telescopic mascara fiasco?
Vaguely refresh my drunken memory.
L'Oreal claimed their telescopic mascara would make your eyelashes like 60% longer.
60% longer.
But guess what?
Wow.
It was all smart and mirrors.
Right?
In reality, the mascara just made your lashes look thicker, not longer.
Seriously.
And to make matters worse, the model in the ad was rocking fake eyelashes.
Oh, God.
Talk about false advertising?
Those sneaky bastards. So they're basically preying on people's insecurities and selling them a lie in a tube. Classic. What else have they been caught lying about?
Oh, there's more. Yeah, much more. They pulled a similar stunt with those Lancome ads featuring Julia Roberts and Christy Turlington. Remember those?
Vaguely.
The photos were so heavily airbrushed.
Oh, yeah.
They were practically unrecognizable.
Yeah, those ads were everywhere. They were plastered all over magazines and billboards. Everyone was talking about how flawless Julia Roberts looked.
Well, it was all a big fat lie, Liam. The British Advertising Standards Authority ended up banning those ads because they were so misleading.
Wow.
They basically called L'Oreal out for peddling an unrealistic and unattainable standard of beauty.
It's almost like they think they can just Photoshop away real-life problems. And it's not like this is a one-time thing. We're talking about a company that's built a multi-billion-dollar empire on selling us an illusion. What a fucking scam.
It gets even worse, Liam. They've also been accused of corporate misconduct, patent infringement, and a whole laundry list of other shady dealings.
Okay, spill the tea, Olivia. What kind of shady shit are we talking about?
Well, there was this lawsuit that accused them of stealing patented technology from the University of Massachusetts Medical School. Apparently, they used this stolen technology to create their fancy anti-aging creams.
Those greedy fucks. So not only are they peddling false hope, they're also stealing from universities. That's low even for L'Oreal. What else?
And in 2016, they were fined in France for surprise price fixing.
Of course they were.
It's like they just can't help themselves, Liam. They're constantly pushing the boundaries of what's legal and ethical.
It's pretty clear that they're more concerned with lining their pockets than they are with, classic human decency.
Exactly, Liam. And the worst part is they're so successful. People keep buying their products despite all this mess.
I guess people are willing to overlook a lot of full shit as long as they can get their hands on that new lipstick or face cream.
It's depressing, isn't it?
It really is.
It makes you wonder if consumers even care about ethical business practices anymore.
Or maybe we're just so bombarded with advertising that we become numb to it all.
It's a real shame, Liam, because L'Oreal has the potential to be a force for good in the world. They could be using their platform to promote sustainability, diversity, and ethical practices.
Yeah, instead they're busy screwing over universities, exploiting people's insecurities, and perpetuating harmful beauty standards.
Don't forget their long history of supporting actual fucking Nazis. Let's not let them off the hook for that one.
Okay, fair point.
Yeah.
That whole Nazi thing is definitely a deal breaker for me.
And me. But the question is, will it be a deal breaker for the millions of people who continue to buy L'Oreal products every day?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And I think it's one that each individual consumer needs to answer for themselves.
You're right, Liam. We can't make those decisions for people, but we can certainly provide them with the information they need to make informed choices.
Exactly. Knowledge is power, people. And speaking of knowledge, we've got a whole lot more to unpack when it comes to L'Oreal's shady dealings.
We're just getting started, Liam. Stay tuned for part 3 of this wild ride, where we delve even deeper into the dark side of the beauty industry.
Oh man, I can't wait to see what other skeletons we uncover. We'll be right back after this quick break. Right, you drunken degenerates, welcome back for the final round of our L'Oreal exposé.
That's right. We've covered Nazi connections, racist lawsuits, false advertising.
Yeah.
You name it, L'Oreal's probably done it.
But believe it or not, there's still more. And this next bit really takes the cake when it comes to corporate hypocrisy.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Tell me more.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's going to blow your mind.
Okay.
We're about to talk about Monroe Bergdorf. Monroe Bergdorf. Refresh my memory.
So,
Give me the rundown.
in 2017, L'Oreal hired Monroe Bergdorf, a transgender model of color, as one of their spokespeople. This was around the time every company was tripping over themselves to appear woke, right?
Exactly. It seemed like a progressive move, a sign that L'Oreal was finally embracing diversity and inclusion.
But then, just a week later,
Oh no.
They fired her.
They fired her. Why?
Let me guess, they fired her for being too outspoken.
Probably.
Bingo.
Of course.
Monroe had the audacity to speak out against racism and white supremacy on Facebook.
Oh, jeez.
And L'Oreal, in their infinite wisdom, decided that her comments were at odds with their values.
Oh, my God.
Give me a fucking break. It's like they wanted a diversity mascot, not an actual person with opinions. What a load of crap.
Classic corporate hypocrisy.
Talk the talk, but don't walk the walk.
And speaking of hypocrisy, let's not forget about the Amber Heard debacle. Remember that?
Vaguely.
L'Oreal made her a global ambassador in 2018, even dedicating a special tribute to her.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And then that whole shitstorm with Johnny Depp happened. What did L'Oreal do? Did they finally cut ties with her?
Nope, they stuck by her side.
Really?
Even after she was found guilty of defaming Depp in court.
Oh my God.
It was like they were completely tone deaf to the whole situation.
Unbelievable. They were quick to drop Monroe Bergdorf for speaking out against racism, but they have no problem supporting a woman who was literally found guilty of abuse. What the fuck, L'Oreal? What kind of message does that send?
It's pretty messed up, Liam, and it raises serious questions about L'Oreal's values and priorities.
You know, I'm starting to feel a little sick to my stomach. It's one thing to be aware of corporate bullshit, but it's another thing to really see it laid out in front of you like this.
It's overwhelming, isn't it? The sheer amount of greed, hypocrisy, and disregard for basic human decency is enough to make you want to give up on humanity altogether.
Yeah, I hear you. But we can't give up. We have to keep fighting the good fight, even if it feels like an uphill battle.
Yeah.
So what can we do? How can we, as consumers, hold these companies accountable?
Well, first and foremost, we need to be informed.
Right.
Do your research, read the labels, look into a company's history before you buy their products.
Exactly. Don't just blindly trust what they tell you. Dig a little deeper and find out what they're really about.
And if you see something shady, speak up. Call them out on social media.
Right.
Write letters to their executives, boycott their products, hit them where it hurts their profits.
Amen to that. We have more power than we realize. We can choose to support companies that align with our values, or at least those that aren't actively contributing to harm in the world.
Exactly. Let's not give our money to companies that support Nazis, discriminate against people of color, or perpetuate harmful beauty standards. There are plenty of other options out there.
Well said. I think it's time to wrap up this shit show. What are your final thoughts on this L'Oreal deep dive?
It's been a wild ride, and I think the biggest takeaway is this: we can't be passive consumers. We have to be aware, we have to be critical, and we have to be willing to hold these companies accountable for their actions.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And on that note, I think it's time for another drink. I don't know about you, but I need to wash the taste of corporate greed out of my mouth.
I'm right there with you. Cheers to informed consumerism and a future where we don't have to expose companies like L'Oreal for their bullshit.
Cheers to that. All right, you beautiful bastards. That's all the time we have for tonight. Thanks for joining us on this drunken rant through the dark side of the beauty industry. If you're enjoying these podcasts, make sure to subscribe. Thanks once again, and we'll see you soon.